I'm from EC. I'm from EC. I'm from EC. I'm from EC. Better have a wrist if you wanna be a pitch man.
Welcome back to Fed Talk. I'm the host, Gigi. I got my man, BJ, with the If These Walls Could Talk movement. And if you just now tuning in for the first time, this podcast is about prison reform, prison litigation, black empowerment, uplifting our communities, and all things for the struggle, in the struggle, through the struggle. That's what we here for, man, to provide a way, to shine a light for those that's in the dark. So thank you for tuning in. This is your first time. Stay tuned in. If you've been tuning in, gratitude. And as always, look, listen, and learn, man. So this episode 6, we at episode 6 on the pre-record. As far as that, what's been put out already, we on episode 3. Episode 4 will be dropping this Thursday. So as I keep telling everybody, every Thursday we'll roll a new episode out at around 6 or 9. It's to be decided. We never know. But between them hours, all the new episodes will come out. So go on and tune in, man. I'm going to let BJ talk, tell us what he got going on, and then we'll get into the other formalities, everything. Go ahead, brother. What's going on? Let them know what you think.
What's up with y'all, man? It's your boy BJ, Mr. If These Walls Could Talk, the creator, owner. Linked up with my boy Gigi, Fed Talk 101. I started my podcast when I was in prison. Had a cell phone in there just recording all the little dumb shit at first. Now I just changed the narrative because I seen so many people that was in bondage and try to wonder why my people ain't getting free. Why they getting sentenced more than the other ethnicities that's around them. So I took my phone, did 12 interviews, came home, put it on the internet, and it's been wildfire. Like I said, my movement, If These Walls Could Talk, everything I do is for the youth, the community, and the betterment of the black men and women, and the boys and girls out here. To think before you make the decision. That's gonna get you where I put myself at.
So how long you been free now? What you did, 10 years, right?
Yeah, I did 10. Yeah, hell yeah.
And you been out, what, about a year?
Year and a half.
How your transition been?
To be honest with you, been
Smooth.
It's been smooth, but it been ups and downs and ups. I think perspective-wise, people might think, everything is just oh yeah, you got this going on, you got that going on. But more with me be my mental, you feel me? Where my mental at, how I'm thinking, how I'm moving on the everyday venture when I'm trying to, navigate through life.
My dude, a good friend of mine, at Cliffview, Obama, he from Cliffview, he a good dude. He said something that resonated and it hit different because he just did 18. You did 10, I did 10 and a half. We all just got out. So a lot of people always ask the same question, how are you adjusting? And to me, it's mind over matter because I ain't have to readjust to something that I love. I love freedom. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So why I have to readjust to that?
Yeah.
My mind never conformed to being locked up. I always was out. My thoughts
you was
out
already
there.
free. The fucked up thing was being locked up.
Right. They just had my body, my mind stayed free, And they say you bring about what you think about, but back to O said the realest shit ever, man. He said, I never conformed to being locked up mentally. So I didn't have to adjust. And that's one of the worst misconceptions. Most people probably do have to go to a readjustment mode, but it's a stereotype. People don't mean wrong when they ask that question. They mean well, they just want concern.
Yeah.
But only the strong survive, and that saying is something that was so profound to me towards the end of my time, because I became an even more deep thinker. Because I'm so ready to go home after all them years, and then in the feds, they're gonna send you all around the country. So we can be in Ohio today, New York tomorrow, Oklahoma the day after that, Atlanta 2 weeks after that. So you constantly on the move and adjusting to all these different environments, different settings, different people, the ideology and everything that come with being around different groups of people. And I just never got into just, oh, I'm a prisoner. I mean, not a prisoner, but oh, I'm an inmate.
Yeah, that aspect of it.
I'm a prisoner, because a prisoner is somebody being held against their will. But moving past all that, you brought Rick Ross Freeway, the real Freeway Rick Ross, to the city.
Yeah.
I was able to connect with you and him at the same time.
Yeah, that was a blessing. That was a blessing.
Through my man G that owned G Spot, which was gratitude, and everything flourished from there because I didn't know y'all didn't know me. But the way the universe worked and the way God worked, he put us together. And it just so happened that y'all on the same thing that I'm on. We dancing to the same beat, giving back to our community, because we are products of our environment. And a lot of people don't like to embrace where they from. But I'm not one of them people. I embrace it because it made me who I am. I don't think I had the same perspective in life or move in the same accord if I was raised in Pepper Pike or if I came from Beverly Hills. Like financially, I'd be accustomed to a certain way of living, but I don't think my mind would be like where it's at now.
It's different formalities when you come from an environment where most of us come from.
Right.
You see things on an everyday basis that's not normal to anybody. It shouldn't be normal to anybody, but you get numb to it. So you either make you click or make you go the other way.
Period.
There's only two ways with that.
See, this like what when it climbed me to do a podcast was my man Ray Jr. Shout out to Ray Jr. We were just talking and he like, bro, what you want to do? We were just having a general conversation on a Sunday and I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to do something like in a positive light. And he was like, well, what's the things you think you like? So we threw a couple things back and forth. And then I told him about like my prison litigation, prison reform ideology. And that's when he got to putting the things in motion for us to be right here.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to him.
And my reason behind that is this, like in the feds, you're around people from all over the world. It ain't like the state where you just around people from Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
You're around the whole world. You will be around people from Somalia, China, Puerto Rico, all over. So with that being said, you're going to meet so many people from so many different walks of life. And I'm a social type of dude because in order for me to further my perspective with different parts of life, it's conducive to me to interact.
No, for sure.
To see what people got to offer and like what's their story. And through that, I can either take or reject whatever I see there. It could be good, it could be bad. And the sad thing about that in the feds is just so many people getting murdered because it ain't just no fighting in there. When some go left,
everybody with the knife game.
They pulling tall shit out, bro, and you getting butchered.
That's how CCA was when I came home.
Yeah,
that's how everybody.
Of the feds.
Yeah, I'm like, hold on. When I first got there from Lucasville, I thought Lucasville was bad. That was more bad because the racism of the staff and the niggas mentality in there. You heard me? Yep. Because they get so stuck in there, they misery loves company. When I got to CCA, it was like the streets.
Yep.
Everybody had a knife. I'm like, oh shit. So I get exactly what you're saying.
And what make it crazy is like I met a good ass brother from DC. It's my first facility they had me at. It was Hazleton. which is located in West Virginia. Anybody that's been in the feds know Hazleton don't play like that. It's bloody, bloody, bloody. Like, you gonna be locked down in your cell 24 hours a day, except Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, at which time they'll give you a shower. You know, they'll go around to everybody's cell, let them get in the shower.
Yeah.
But you're gonna be locked down because somebody got murdered. And when a motherfucker get murdered, you're gonna be down for 90 days, period. So the Muslim brother Jamil, may Allah have mercy on his soul, he got murdered. And it was crazy for me because this is my first spot. And I ain't used to that. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to work call, niggas fighting, getting into it, whatever, go to the hole, get out, whatever. But it hit different when they like, damn, he got murdered. I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? This is the first DC dude that I ever dealt with. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, he gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, it's so crazy. So that plus many more situations as far as me meeting people that be good-ass dudes, and I got into the habit of not wanting to ask how much time you got.
Yeah, that aspect of
I
it.
could meet you, and you could be the coolest nigga ever in the world, and then, you know, we talking, we kicking it, we rocking. And I'm like, damn, bro, I'm about to go home in such and such year. And then at the beginning, when I ain't know no better, be like, damn, where you go home? How much time you got? Then the dude would be like, I got 560 months. And that's so real because 10 years is 120 months.
So, in number wise, a lot of people can't even fathom how they talking to you in the courtroom when they giving you months.
They give you all your time in months, bro. Like, ain't no years. They gonna tell you 360 months. That's 30 years. So they gonna have you like using your fingers, toes, and some more shit, or looking at your lawyer like, damn, how much time I just get? The lawyer gonna tell you. And they dog you like that, but that hurt my heart because it be like, damn, these dudes, good-ass dudes, and this dude got all this time. He been in already like 20, 15, maybe even 30, some shit like that. Dudes be like in there because I'm in the pen. I'm at the like second worst level of incarceration you could be at, custody. Above my custody is where they got Larry Hoover, El Chapo, and all them, which is ADX, which is located in Florence, Colorado. And they in the room every day, all day. They don't come out. But that inclined me to like, damn, I want to put my voice out there and help these dudes, because most dudes that get out, they'll tell people, yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I got you. And then when they go home, they worse than the females. Out of sight, out of mind. I ain't one of them. Like, if I mess with you, I mess with you. If I don't, I don't. Ain't no gray areas, ain't no in between. You know what I'm saying? I just never been like that. So the dude Kodak Black was at Thompson, AUSP Thompson, a messed up facility that had the most murders in a prison in the world. And they ended up shutting it down due to me and several other dudes that was litigating on some civil law and black power shit. And Trump gave Kodak Black a pardon in 2021, January to be exact. And he got out. And when Kodak Black got out, he ain't reached back. You know what I'm saying? And that was weak to me because you a celebrity, A-list, you well known, and you just went through the struggle. Like, they had him chained up like this, scratched out on the bed, arms, legs, everything like the letter X, dogging him, beating him, going through what the people that ain't celebrities going through. He wasn't a celebrity there. He was just a prisoner.
They treated him like a regular,
Yeah, so like that celebrity shit was out the window, but he get out and he don't do nothing. He sold people dreams and all that. And it's like, damn, I'm only affected because it's like how you got the opportunity and a position to make a change, but you don't. But then he do an interview with the Kite magazine, and he like, yeah, the dudes that I was telling, I got them, and yeah, I remember your number and all that. He get on the interview, and he like making that face like, fuck them.
Yeah, he said the same thing on the Drink Champs interview. I seen it.
Come on, bro, that's flawed. Like
That's
you a fuck nigga for that.
but guess what? That be
I don't respect that.
98% of the niggas that leave that bitch. It's a rare few who is reaching back, doing the obligation that they need for their people. Or just, why? Because I'm in the different shoes than somebody like him.
Period.
Because I'm gonna look out for mines because I just came through with them. I didn't go in there rich. I didn't go in there with no money. I was really breaking soups with them. I was really busting out shebangs with them. I was really, you know what I'm saying?
In the struggle.
We was in the struggle together. So when I even caught a wave and got some money in there, then came on, it was always to give back. Because I was just like, I remember when we was just trying to go in together and see who had $50, $50 to get us a motherfucking food box for Thanksgiving, so we can all eat like we on the streets.
Yep.
So when you don't have that aspect, he wasn't struggling. He was struggling with y'all when he went there, but he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? He was gonna come home and be who he was already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
Like a lot of people didn't. You know, I understand that aspect because I broke it down. Like, hold on, let me not fault him because I'm gonna do the extra work that he ain't gonna do. We gonna do the extra work that he ain't gonna do. That aspect.
It's kind of like what I said. I had made a post the day before yesterday when we was at that forum with the judges, the Supreme Court judges.
Yeah, that was a beautiful thing.
And when I took the picture with the judge, Justice Melanie J. Stewart.
Yeah.
So when I took the picture with her, you know, I posted a post that said, we can't be heard. Our voice can't be heard if we don't speak. And right now, that's what I'm doing. Like, I'm giving back. This ain't about me. I could be doing a whole bunch of other stuff, right? But I'm right here today giving back, like bringing awareness to what go on in the inside. And in episode 5, I released the video footage of the situation that went on with me and the officers where they falsified fictitiously bogus charges on me to get me in restraints and all that stuff in a way to try to break me and retaliate on me against complaints and other things I was putting on them because I learned that the pen was mightier than the sword. So instead of just being disruptive physically, I started whooping them with the pen.
Legally, yeah.
Yeah, like I learned civil law. I learned program statement. And what program statement is, in the feds, it's what governs the jail. Like, it's what the police got to go by. It's what we got to go by. It's the program statement. And once I learned that in employee standards of conduct, that's what put them in trouble because now I got the knowledge. And knowledge, and as I said in episode 3, knowledge is only power when applicated because you can know everything in the world and keep it to yourself. How is it powerful? Because if you ain't sharing that and giving back, then it's pointless. It's null and void because you ain't doing nothing with it. So a lot of people that be saying knowledge is power, no, that's wrong. Knowledge is power only when it's applied,
No, for sure.
applicated. So
You can read all the books in the day. Like, it don't matter. If you don't take that and apply them to your everyday life, it's null and void.
that shit dead. So, and it's slow. So I give back. Like, I know I'm the one great thing that came out of me during all that time is I became so out of this world intellectual on many different things. I just know mentally spiritually and physically, I'm somewhere else. But that's another story. But I do what I can to help my people. Because there's dudes in there that need somebody like me speaking for them. And it's a lot of stuff messed up with how they confine us. Like how we grown and we adults and we got children and all that. But they telling us we can't listen to CDs, music, or whatever with cussing in it. I'm a goddamn adult. How you gonna tell me I can't listen to music with cussing in it?
They don't want any message that's gonna, put fuel in you.
But
They don't want any message like that. I promise you.
But I don't get it because they don't tell their staff members, don't come in here and not cuss. So, like, if I can't listen to music with cussing that I paid my money for, how the fuck you gonna let your staff come in here and cuss like drunk sailors? Like,
No, I believe you. I believe you on that. I looked at it from. I told you when I was down there in Luke.
I was down there.
That's what. I was woke when I was on OSP. I was on OSP for 3 years. Then they sent me to Lucasville. So OSP 23-1. That's when I was reading all the time, picking my own brain, picking up books, Think and Grow Rich, Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, all these different books. So when I was reading, I was just awakening my spirit like, what's your purpose is, bro? What you gonna do when you get home?
Mm-hmm.
When I went to Luke and I seen how they was treating us, I'm like, oh, they really killing people down here.
Yeah,
And just because the whole institution is ran by a whole family from the warden all the way down to mental health to the nurses and everything, they getting away with it. They'll write it off like it's suicide.
Yeah, I was there. You can't cross the yellow line.
Yeah, you can't cross that. You cross that yellow. Yeah,
with their billy clubs.
Yeah, size 34 shoe. They kick your ass with a size 34 shoe boot.
And they
like,
put you on the slammer side of the hole.
Yeah, it was in the slammer side.
Come on, I did that Luke shit, bro. I did it.
That's would be the most inhumane thing, because that's a lot of things that don't get spoken on. What we really go through when they do sentence us, it's just like, okay, you want to sentence them, you want him to do time and rehabilitate, because that's what y'all say. But the rehabilitation is not working if the people y'all put in place is bashing people's heads in.
I mean, there ain't one. How you gonna rehabilitate somebody when you not even providing nothing that's rehabilitative? Like,
no programs, no knowledge, no information. When they sentenced me, I tried to get into college, bro. They told me I can't get in college. I had like 2-3 years left in my sentence. They gave me 10 years. Right, so what you want me to do for the first 7?
They don't do nothing for you in prison, man. People think that you supposed to go in prison and change. Well, how the fuck motherfucker gonna change if you're not even offering a solution? Before you can solve a problem, you gotta have a solution. If they never taught us how to add, subtract, divide, or none of that, how the hell is we gonna be able to do any math? You have to have a solution. There is no solution in prison other than kill, hustle, be bad, and stuff along that line. Ain't no solutions on, okay, when you get out, do this. Yeah, some prisons got trades. Yeah, they do. Is it often? No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Some prison got programs. Is it programs that could benefit you upon your release? No. Other than taking your GED. That's it. They ain't doing nothing to help us, man. Then people be like, well, you should do this and you should do that.
Everybody got a suggestion, but nobody got a solution.
Period, bro. Like,
you know what I'm saying? It's like that's ass backwards.
That shit's slow. And it's crazy because, like, how you gonna have all the answers, man, but with no results? That's what it basically be. That's what I used to tell them know-it-all niggas in the feds, right? And dudes that always know everything and can tell you, do this like this. And how you got all the answers with no results?
For real. I used to see guys in the county like that, taking to trial. I'm like, man, listen.
Oh, you ever been to trial?
Yeah, that's why I've been trying to tell them, like, come on now. And then seeing somebody taking the trial because they listen to the counsel of somebody who's a jailhouse lawyer that don't really know nothing, give somebody 35, 45 years.
I don't be listening to that bullshit, bro. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm here to help people, man. if you got somebody in prison that's been wrongfully convicted or that's going through adversity with the police, they return, the mail ain't getting to your loved one. They jumping on them while they in handcuffs. They turning you around when you at visit, all that stuff. I'm going to tell you how to go about this, man. I ain't going to speak on it right now in this episode. It'll be in the up-and-coming episodes. Maybe the next episode, I'll speak on it in depth. Where I break down the FTCA, which is the Federal Tort Claim Act, which is the easiest way to punish them and get paid. You know what I'm saying?
What's it called again?
The FTCA.
Okay.
Federal Tort Claim Act. So what that is me holding the government accountable for its employees, because that's what the FTCA do. Anybody that working a government job, any bullshit they do, the government got to answer to that. So in my situation, when they jumped on me, tried to bring me a move in handcuffs, which didn't work, but they paid for it. 2 of them got fired. Several of them got transferred. That came through me learning that civil law. And when I learned that civil law, that one made me dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the FTCA. And
That's the things that I want you to do. Pick up that book that they designed.
And that's why they always say, if you want to have something from a black man, a
Put it in a
nigger,
book,
or whatever, put it in a book. And
Don't
it's
pick that
sad
up.
because our people don't even pick up. They don't even pick them books up. They rather read some bull crap.
The cartel book or anything
Yeah,
like that. They
something
really
that
come nonfiction.
Something that ain't gonna help them. So I got to a point where my subject matter, when it comes to literature, and I'm an avid reader, I wouldn't read none that wasn't conducive to me. And I still don't read none that's not conducive to me. Because it won't help me. How can I grow if I'm reading stuff that's going to stagnate me or serve me no purpose? So you know what I'm saying?
It should be like we be having to go through them phases. Because I remember when I used to go to county jail, that's what everybody used to read. The cartel books and all the drug little books and all the super shit. When I went to prison, it was all about who you was about to be a company around. Because somebody would pass you that knowledge all about if you picked the book up or not. And a lot of people wasn't doing that. So the knowledge I was getting, like reading The Secret, The Law of Attraction, and things of that nature, it was forcing me to make the decisions of who I wanted around me, who I wanted to keep away from me. And if we wasn't growing together as human beings, ain't no reason for us to even build.
Let me ask you something. What made you bring Rick Ross up here?
That's my people. Like, that's my family and shit. And he been busy as hell. And I reached out for him for like 3-4 months. I remember putting it on IG. And then he just reposted it. And then I reached out to him. I'm like, when is you available to come? You know what I'm saying? Through. And he's like, shit, just take care of this and that. And you know what I'm saying? I'm there. I'm like, say less. I just want you to come through, do the podcast. Then from him just coming through, doing a podcast with me, I'm like, hold on. How can I bless? He blessing me, but how can I bless Cleveland? Cause he's like, shit, I ain't been out there since da-da-da-da. I'm like, well, when you come out here, we're gonna take you everywhere. I'm not from Cleveland, but when we come out here, we're going to the east side, west side, north side, south side, wherever you want to go.
So
and that's
where
how
you
it
from?
was. Kansas City, Missouri.
For real?
Yeah.
I was in the fields with a whole bunch of Kansas City
Yeah,
dudes.
yeah.
So what,
That's
you
where I'm
moved from Kansas City to here?
No, I was in Florida, Pensacola, Florida. And then when I was down there in 2010, I moved up here in 2012. Now I was up here in 2012 for 18 months. I ended up catching my case. And then I did 10 and came home.
And stayed here?
Yeah.
You on parole here?
Yeah, I was on parole here. I got off parole. Yeah,
that's beautiful, man.
Yeah, I got off parole.
That's cool.
You know, and each time you doing something good, like the devil always trying to, you know what I'm saying, intervene and shit.
Yeah,
That's real time.
I was locked up with a whole bunch of dudes from Kansas City, man.
Yeah.
Some good dudes out the Show Me State.
Yeah, so it was just like what it did for me, to be honest with you. I was already tied in with a lot of guys from Cleveland who was locked up. So when I was coming around, and they just put me in perspectives like with people like you.
Right.
And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we was at, I forgot where we was at. They was like, you need to pull the G-Spot detailing. They down there. I'm like, you want to go? He like, shit, come on. I'm moving on his time. Like, however you want to move, let's go. We pulled up, y'all out there 9,000 deep. I'm like, come on.
Wrap it up in a minute, Watts. Someone wrap it up in a minute, baby.
Yeah, I was like, come on. And I loved it because it was just all love. Like, he gave me $1 billion worth of game just sitting there just telling me anybody I be in contact with while we doing this, just get their number. Get their number, get their number, get their number.
Networking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a pleasure meeting you, man. You too, you know what I'm saying? The connection was instantaneous. Like, that night, I remember like it was yesterday. We meet, boop, shake hands, take some pictures, do all that. Then you came and found me like, man, I'm trying to get out. I made them move some whips.
No, for sure. Yeah.
So you can get up out of there because, my name hold a little weight in this city and I'm well respected, so
You
I
came
looked
through
at
on
you
that
as a
aspect.
guest, you know what I'm saying?
You came through on that aspect.
And you in my hood because that's what G-Spot at is in my hood.
Yeah.
So it was only right for me to pull some strings. Hey, y'all, let them up out of there.
Yeah, it's great hospitality.
Yeah, because I seen like you was getting nowhere fast.
Yeah, that aspect, you heard me?
Right, so
they was set in what they was doing.
Right.
That was understandable. Everybody was doing the side show. Everybody had their cars out there, their bikes out there, so.
The festivities.
Yeah, it was going.
So how did you come up with If These Walls Could Talk? And what is that movement?
I came up with it. I was in a cell one day with my friend Teasy. He was my cellie. He from Akron. We was just building one day. I said, I'm about to start my own podcast, man, If These Walls Could Talk. Because I used to say that every day because there was so much going on. I had like 3-4 rollers at one time. This is like 4 months before I even come home when I ain't never caught a wave ever. You hear me? So it was just like, God bless me. Like, I'm like, hold on. Like, if these walls, I said, wouldn't believe this shit, bro. They wouldn't believe it. So I just, like I said, I had a cell phone. I just started going to different people's cells, like recording their story. Like, why they give you 35? Like, where you from, man? From Akron, Cincinnati, Youngstown, Toledo, Columbus. It was giving me their story. Like, I had like 40 people lined up before I came home. Like, they was just like, man, but I couldn't get everybody lined up in a timely fashion. So my movement is basically like giving perspective of what you don't want to do and where you don't want to go and what needs to be done. Because a lot of these times, it needs to be judged off circumstantial situations, not circumstantial evidence.
Right.
And that's what it doesn't get judged off of. It doesn't get judged off of this person tried to do something to me, so I had to defend myself.
Right.
And now y'all come with these stand your ground laws and things like this nature 20, 15 years later. That should apply for the person that stood his ground that you gave life to.
It should be retroactive. That's what that is. If they pass a law and it wasn't passed during a certain time, it shouldn't just apply to the people that's just now coming in. It should apply to the people that came in and prior to that law being
They
passed.
should be grandfathered in with it.
That's what it's called, retroactive. Like, and the way they play it is they'll try to keep everybody that's been in hindered by not allowing you to reap the benefits from a new case law, because that's what it is, a case law. When the Supreme Court or one of the other lower courts, district court, put something in law, they'll stop the people unless it's retroactive that's been in to keep the jail numbers up, which benefit them, not making it retroactive. Because they know if they make it retroactive,
It'll
it's gonna
unset the
open up the
balance.
doors.
They'll unset the balance of what they got going on.
It's gonna open the doors.
Okay, they're trying to keep that revolving door of people coming in. They're like, hold on, we ain't gonna let y'all go until we know 100,000 plus is. That's how they think.
And if they be like, all right, retroactive. There's so many people in with 15, 20s, 30s in, it's gonna put them right out the door. So they'll pass along and be like, it ain't retroactive. which is ludicrous because how this don't apply to everybody. How you gonna discriminate on who you want to get this
That's what it do.
law? They discriminating,
I seen
and it's deliberate indifference.
too many cases of a white guy kill somebody, 6 years. Young black boy, 18, kill somebody, 35 to life. What's the dynamics of that situation? Because he ain't had no money, he went with a public defender, and this person had to pay a lawyer.
Michelle Alexander said the best. She the author of the book The New Jim Crow. And what she's saying in that book is them police on the police force is trained to target the urban communities. This is where they put them at. All the newbies that come into the police force, the rookies, whatever you want to call them. They put them right in the hood to practice on our people. And how you gonna put them in the hood? But when you think about frat parties, what's at frat parties? Drugs, date rapes, all type of people huffing and all. But y'all don't focus on that. Y'all don't focus on them people doing none of that. Why? Because them colleges and them prestigious institutions are predominantly white.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Ran by white
The
people.
demographic is already there. If it's not affecting their people, they ain't even.
So they gonna turn the blind eye to all that. They ain't gonna have the police been in the corners, constantly looking to jump out and harass them little white boys, the white girls who might be popping their Oxycontins, Percocets, Adderalls, or doing whatever they doing. They gonna go right to the hood where those niggers at, as they like to call them, and they gonna jump out, harass people, and
They gonna give them everything they ain't looking for.
Yeah, and that just show a perfect example of how this white man's world work. Because, like I told the lady at the meeting we was at Fred Ward spot, when she was talking
Shout out to the OG.
Yeah, shout out to Fred Ward, man. The lady said something about the system and voting. And that's when I told her, like, well, how could you expect a lot of our people to believe in voting
when the system didn't oppress us the whole time?
The system been put in place to oppress our people.
I was telling my mom that earlier. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yesterday, matter of fact, we was talking. She's like, is you voting? And we getting that aspect. I know how passionate she is because she was born in 55, so she come from that era. Want to be a Black Panther and fighting for the right to vote. I'm
Fighting the struggle.
Yeah, I'm like, this. I said the presidential shit. I said that should be so, So WWE is commercial. So I said I'm really focused on the city and states and things of that nature that's affecting my people.
Right.
She took offense to it, not knowing that we look at it from an aspect like they've been kicking our back in the whole time. One is a prejudice. Can't say he's a racist because he had black friends and all the black people used to mess with him, you hear me? But he's prejudiced because financially, if you ain't making what he's making or can do nothing for him, he's not messing with you. Then the other lady, in my perspective, you know what I'm saying, she incarcerated a lot of our people.
That's a fact.
A lot of our people. So when they put her at the forefront,
California.
When they put her as the forefront, it was just like, she's a black woman, this, that, nature.
And people keep saying she black, but I never heard.
This one, only reason why I say
that's black.
Only reason why her mama Asian. Exactly. Only reason why I say that is because how they put the narrative. If she has a skin tone of a light-skinned woman, they be like, Kamala Harris is black. And we should vote for her because
her daddy white and her mama Asian.
But if you look at the statistics and what she did for you know what I'm saying, to a lot of people, it's on both sides. It's like, so who do you want us to,
If I was registered to vote, I wouldn't vote for her. Why? Because, one, I ain't seen nothing out of her prior to running for the presidency. Like, what your track record show that you gonna do for my people for me to be like, okay, I'm gonna vote for you? Your track record don't show nothing. You lock people up, and your targeted nationality that you locked up was black and brown.
It was a way to move up the ranks to get to where she at now.
Then on top of that, as the vice president to weak ass Joe Biden, who did nothing for nobody in our nationality, ethnicity.
The man just sent $51 billion over there to Ukraine.
He worried about Ukraine when we got all these problems in America. How you keep sending all this money to Ukraine, but we got a million more problems in America. And then what make me even more mad is how y'all not sending nothing to Africa.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying? The country, the continent with the richest resources that got all these different powers to be stealing and pillaging the land. The richest resources is in the motherland. And they don't do nothing for that. But because these Europeans being oppressed by other Europeans, they want to go crazy, send them billions and billions and billions when our economy is in trouble.
And where are these billions coming from?
And then our dollar has collapsed on the world scale.
That's because, Brazil, China, Russia, and all them other superpowers, they're creating their own currency right now. So when they put that out there, because they got the gold to back it, because we don't, it's going to make our dollar depreciate for sure. So all the things y'all out there killing for and doing all that crazy thing for is really about to be about nothing. It's still about nothing.
They've been trying to put in place a one world order into which the whole world is ruled by one government. That's what they've been doing. If you go back and read Behold the Pale Horse.
Yeah, I don't know where you're getting at.
Rest in peace, man.
They killed him.
Cooper, he tell you. The author of that book was wrote in the 80s. He tell you everything that's happening right now. He been
said it. All the guns they got that's like laser guns, like alien guns, all that type of stuff.
He wrote that book.
He wrote
the
book
80s.
in the 80s. They put this how secret the government is. They put his ideal wife into his life just to keep tabs on him. Cause wasn't she an agent or something like that? She was something like that in the book, and she was watching him the whole time.
And he told you if something happened to me, the government did it. They killed that man.
Yeah, they killed him. Behold the Pale Horse.
Signs and symbols is for the conscious minds. And then they go back to the old saying, ignorance is bliss. Okay, let's deal with that. What that mean? What's your impression of that statement?
Of ignorance is bliss?
Yeah.
My impression of that statement is people can know and then people cannot know.
I'm going to tell you what it is. Ignorance is bliss is this. We're going to break it down in a literary sense. What's the definition of ignorance? Unknowing. What's the definition of bliss? It's the highest level of happiness. So, okay, put it together. Unknowing happiness. Okay, now what that mean? You happy and not knowing. Okay, now let's think deeper. For those that don't know like how evil this country is, they ignorant because they blind to the fact America is considered outside of America a terrorist state.
No, for sure. If you go to any other country, we just look at, like they say, the opposition.
Yeah, because the things that they do, they bullies.
What they have done, how many
murders.
United Nations is all across different countries after y'all killed their whole civilization and went over there and tried to build their economy up.
Like, to they liking, so, boom, the person that don't know what's going on in this country for real, they ignorant. So, by them being ignorant, they're in a state of bliss because they like, oh, I don't know, I don't care about that shit. I don't got nothing to do with me. But it do.
That's like with the vote.
It do.
Yeah.
And then it just gets so deep, bro, because people don't even care that they don't know. And it irritates me because it'd be like, we can go ask 100 people in the hood, who is Frederick Douglass? Who is Nat Turner? Who is Fred Hampton? Who
Marcus
is Angela
Garvey.
Davis? Marcus Garvey?
Yeah.
Who is Assata Shakur?
Mm-hmm.
We could ask them about all these people and what they are renowned for, and they not gonna be able to tell us. And it's sad because them are people, and every one of them people that I named fought for something for all of us. You know what I'm saying? Because all them people was at a day and age and time when we were being oppressed. You know, Jim Crow, Civil Rights Act, all that. And them people put their life on the line to make a difference. Like a lot of people don't know was Brown versus the Board of Education.
Exactly.
And what that is Brown challenged the country, the government, and took it all the way to the Supreme Court and got put in law the fact that all black people can have an equal education as everybody else. And that's Brown versus Board of Education, which is, if I'm not mistaken, the 1970 President Case Law. What's that? President Case Law is anything that can't be challenged. That's something that the Supreme Court put in place, and it's gold. It's the be all, end all. They said it, that's it. And that's something that's profound to us as a ethnicity group, because without that we'd still be in backyards.
No, for real. And that's what I go back to what my mom was saying. She come from that aspect of it. Like we had to stand up and make sure we had it, because that's what we don't do no more. We stand up and make sure we go to the concert. We stand up and make sure, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to what we can still do and with the power we still have, especially us, when we get home and able to get off parole and things of that nature, and the people we impact, the people that love us, because if it impact us and they love us, they going to vote the way we vote.
So look at this. Juneteenth. What is Juneteenth? Well, Juneteenth is the celebration of the ignorance that the people in the South had due to being kept in bondage and hindered from learning, which is why you'll hear a lot of people from the South pronounce their letters like aura, and their dialect will be super country, because it's a broken education that they've been given for centuries. It's been instilled in them. And then not only that, okay, times change. It ain't that day and age no more, but it's instilled in them. So a lot of people just don't even take education serious no more. And then, boom, going back to the subject at hand, Juneteenth. Juneteenth is them slaves finding out that there were no longer slaves. That's what Juneteenth is in Texas.
Exactly.
A black man came through Texas and seen that it was still slaves. And he said, brother, you don't know that slave trade been over.
They just ain't tell y'all.
3 years ago.
That's crazy.
So what Juneteenth is a celebration of ignorance, unknowing. You feel me? And it get deep, bro. So, you know, again, that's why I say ignorance is bliss, and I know where I'm at mentally. Like, I'm on such a level, bro, that I vibrate at and levitate on, that it's far beyond average, bro. It's on the clairvoyant level. And I could kick it about nothing with people and all that, but I much rather have intellectual conversations and conversations that's conducive to me and conducive to other people, because as well as I can receive, I can give, you know. And it took me years of reading and applying what I'm reading to my mind so I could be able to give it back to the people that can use it.
No, for sure.
And, you know, we about to wrap it up because we ran out of time. Tell everybody, like, what's the objective and your agenda with If These Walls Could Talk, and let them know how they can find you.
You can find me on face card good _25. Face card good _25. That's on IG. Or If These Walls Could Talk _25 on IG too. And basically, like, my movement, we just bring in awareness to a lot of the laws that's messed up in the prison system and the laws that they give us and the conviction rate and things of that nature. We want to bring awareness to all that, to everything that's going on in the judicial system, in and out. So whether it's a politician that's not moving right, a prosecutor that's not moving right, a judge that's not moving right, that's what we need to be aligning our powers with, one band, one sound. And we need to be correcting that for our people, because we all got people in bondage. That's what my movement's about, getting people out of bondage, making sure they got a place they can come through. It's like therapy. When they come on my podcast, we sit down, we talk about everything. So we just out here, man. We just out here putting our foot on their neck, man, making sure they don't get away from us. Because they don't like when we link together and we start doing positive things, because that's when the devil try to get you the best. Trust me.
Yeah, you're right, man. In closing, I want to just say, man, I'm from the hood, man. Anybody from this city know who I am, man. And those that don't know, they're in last place. You know, I've been heavy in tune in the trenches, all through this side of town, and a little bit on the other side of town. So it ain't no mystery, like, who I am and what my credibility is. I ain't never been on nobody's case. I ain't never had somebody go to jail as a result of anything I did, which is why this city love me so much. When it's up, I always been on the front line. And I say that to say, I'm from the hood, you know, period. And I'm doing this as somebody from the hood giving back.
For sure.
I could have been on this podcast talking about anything. I could have had this podcast with a subject matter with whatever I wanted, but I chose this so that I could help. You know, I don't get paid to do this. I spend money to sit here and do this. This cost, it ain't free.
And
The
trust me, I know.
videographer, the set, none of
Everything
this
come
ain't
out the
free.
pocket.
This all being paid for to give back. Because somebody might have problems, issues, or concerns with one of their loved ones, and they might need to ask some questions. And if you one of them people, hit me up on my DM where I can help. I don't mind helping. So again, if you got any problems, issues, or concerns with somebody that you love that's locked up and the jail's giving you the runaround or anything, hit me up in my DM at FedTalk060. And I'm going to tell everybody what 060 is. In the feds, everything is geographical. Everything. Ain't no just coming in there and you go in this cell or you go sit down and eat over here in the lunchroom. No. Everything geographical. You have to be with your geographical group. So by you being from Kansas City, I'm being from Ohio, that'll make us from the Midwest.
No, for sure.
So you'll have a number that reflect where you from. 060 is northeastern Ohio. 061 is southern Ohio. So that's why I just went with Fed Talk 060, because Fed Talk was already took. So I just put the 060 on it. Everybody that's been in the feds, if they know, they know. Period. So again, if you having any problems, issues, or concerns with those prisons, them prison staff, prison employees, hit me up in my DM. I'm going to give you a solution to help you navigate your problem. Also, follow me at Fed Talk 060 and subscribe on YouTube at Fed Talk 101. Again, on IG, Fed Talk 060, on IG, Fed Talk 101. In the upcoming episodes, I get more into the legality aspect of how to gain monetary compensation through the FTCA, which is the Federal Tort Claim Act. Thank you again for tuning in. Tell a friend.
No,
Tell
for
that
sure.
friend to tell a friend.
Let me say something too real quick, GG.
Get them.
On everything. Hey, and if y'all got any cases of wrongful conviction, real cases of wrongful conviction, y'all tap in with my dude, Mr. Beat the Odds, man. Because we're going to bring Ohio on the map like they do in Michigan. We're going to make sure all the people that's wrongful convicted is really coming home, man, so y'all can see y'all family again. For sure.
That's what this is all about, man. It's about making a change. It's about having a solution to a problem. The problem is we being oppressed. This problem is something that's been going on for centuries. They put it in place with the 13th Amendment. And what the 13th Amendment is, for all those that's ignorant, it's the abolishment of slavery. And in that 13th Amendment, and the fine print, it says, all colored people is free, all mankind is free and equal, except as a prisoner. When you're in prison, you are considered a slave. If you don't know, look up the Constitution, look up the amendments. In the 13th Amendment, it's in plain and clear language. Yeah, if you locked up, you are considered a slave.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is, man.
Because I didn't even know that when we in they city, Mansfield, we is counted as they population.
That's why they do the census counts while you're in prison, to help their population gain and reap the benefits from their population. And it don't help us. So when they appropriate them funds to them areas, it helps them white communities. Because ain't no prisons put in no black communities for obvious reasons. I appreciate everybody that just tuned in. And I ask everybody to stay locked in. You know, it's only going to get better. I'm going to keep having good guests to highlight their movements. My man BJ, with If These Walls Could Talk,
Yes, sir.
brought up the real Freeway Ricky Ross.
Show love to the city, how we met. You know, the universe will bring good people and great people together.
If you know who Freeway Ricky Ross is. If you don't know, Google is your friend. Use it. You know, support my man movement.
Yeah, for
support
sure.
my movement. And together, let's come together and make a change, man. It don't make no sense for your people to be oppressed in prison. They were sent to prison to do their time and come home. They weren't sent to prison to get killed. They weren't sent to prison to be oppressed. They weren't sent to prison to get beat by them nefarious pilgrims. They weren't sent to prison to have malfeasance inflicted upon them. So again, if you have any problems, issues, or concerns, if I can help you, I will. I'm more than willing. If it's something that's a question that I don't have to answer, I will more than willingly point you in a direction to someone that's an attorney, past the bar exam, that can help you. All right, thank you. See y'all next week. And as I said, every Thursday, a new pre-recorded episode to drop. Thank you. See y'all.
For sure.
Say la vie. Hasta luego.
Adios.
Buenas noches. Adios.
All that one type shit.
And all that, man.
Sayonara.
Sayonara. See you later.
Realize them guys in your pictures ain't really with you.
Real talk, that's when you really get richer. Really get richer. Really get richer. When you realize them guys in your pictures ain't really with you. That's when you really get richer.